Hello. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. I've just got through doing a video on the Facebook. It's the negative energy. I would encourage you, each and every one of you, do not give that negative energy permission to steal your happiness, your joy within, your peace within. Push it back. Create a sacred space around you so that your heart is guarded, your spirit is guarded. Don't give in to the negative energy. They are pulling out all stops. They're trying to get you to spiral down into a negativeness so that the negative energy can grow bigger. The more people that become negative, the bigger the entity that's this negative energy will become. Okay, that it's very crucial to not give into it. If you're reading comments, if you're watching news, if you're seeing other things of a negative nature and it's starting to send you down into a downward spiral, turn it off. Don't look at it. Don't read it. Turn it off at all costs. You've got to guard your heart. You've got to guard your space. Right now, you've got to do it from this day forward. You've got to guard the space around you. You've got to make it sacred. You've got to say to the darkness, to that negative energy, no. You're not coming near me. I'm not going to allow you. I'm not going to give you permission to get on the inside of me and cause me to go into a downward spiral. Yes, a lot is going on in the world. A whole lot is going on in the world. If you are an intuitive person, if you are an empath, you can feel it in your spirit that something is not right, that the negative energy it is trying to grow. It's trying to gain momentum is what it's trying to do. And they're going to pull out all stops. Everything is on the table right now. Every single thing is on the table. And they want to take down as many people as they can with them so that they can grow stronger. This negative energy is a great big energy full of entities. It is. All this kind of stuff. And I'm very serious. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to read anything in order to feel it in the spiritual realm. Things are getting rough and tough. You got to get tough because things are getting rough, okay? They're getting very rough. Guard your space. Don't give the energy permission to get inside of you. Don't do it. Don't do it. You've got to keep the peace. You've got to keep the light shining, okay? Don't let it put your light out. You can't. Okay, we cannot allow it to bring down the consciousness. We cannot let it lower the consciousness of Earth. We can't, of us, of our spirituality. We cannot let it happen because we are a global consciousness. We are, and we've got to keep the vibration high. We've got to keep it high. We cannot let it go down into a downward spiral, or the darkness, the negativeness, the energy, it will become more powerful. And that's something we cannot have. We cannot allow it to gain strength to where it starts putting out our light and starts dimming other people's life. We've got to push back. If you're a praying person, pray. If you're a meditating person, meditate. Push it back. Don't give it permission in your life. And guard, create a sacred space around you. You've got to do that. If you can envision a bubble, anything, keep it far at bay. Don't read into the stuff, because when you read stuff, then you're giving that negativeness a platform to interject its energy into you. Okay, that's what it does. These is like sensationalism on a scale never seen before. They blow everything. They want to make it very sensationalist so that you really get a reaction. Don't do it, please. Don't give in to the negative energy. Don't do it. Guard your heart. Create a sacred space, because things are going to get very bumpy. Very bumpy. Okay? And it's not the time to be in fear. It's not. It's the time to be aware of what is taking place, because something is taking place. Something big is here. And it's trying to gain momentum. It's trying to gain momentum. It's going to get rough. That's why we've got to guard ourselves, guard the space around us. We've got to hold the light. We've got to keep our lights going so that others' lights won't go out, okay? We can't No, somebody's got to keep their light shining. That somebody's me, that somebody's you. We've got to keep our light shining bright to give other people hope, okay? We've got to do that. We've got to keep encouraging one another. We got to keep sharing positiveness. We cannot be sharing all this negativeness. When you share negativeness like that, it's going to find somewhere to go, and it's likely going to be another human being, and then they're going to share that negativeness, and it's likely going to go into another human being. It creates a domino effect. That's why we've got to say no to it. I'm not going to spread your negativeness because it will spread like wildfire. And that's what they want to do. They want to spread it like wildfire. We can spread the love like wildfire. We can put our light a lot brighter than that negativeness. We just got to realize that we've got to stand our ground and say no. That's what we've got to do. And I felt inclined to say this, and I felt inclined to get on the Facebook before this and say that, okay? There's something unprecedented happening. You can feel it. If you're an intuitive, if you're an empath, you don't have to read nothing. You don't have to watch nothing. You can feel it in the spiritual realm. Okay, so we've got to stay strong. We've got to be bold. Don't spread the negativeness. The more we spread it, the more it grows. You may say, well, the more we spread it, the more the awareness is raised. Yeah, but guess what it does to the individual? Sends them into a downward spiral is what it does. If there's a way to spread something to raise awareness, so that the positiveness, so that the vibration can raise higher to guard against that, that's what we should do. We could say, well, we know this is happening and this is what we need to do now. We've got to raise our vibration. We can become aware enough to raise our vibration and to pray and to meditate and do what we need to do. We are spiritual beings, and we have more power within us than we realize, okay? If you pray, you know that your prayers have a whole lot more power than some may realize, and maybe more than you. If you meditate, I'm sure you know that your meditation has a lot more power than some may realize. It does make a difference when you're praying in the spiritual realm. When you're meditating in the spiritual realm, it makes a difference, because these are spiritual battles that are being played out in our real world, our physical world. That's what's happening. So I'm done. I'm done. Don't give it the energy. Don't give it permission to get into you. Don't do it at all, because the more you give it, the more it's going to grow. We can spread the love. We can spread the positivity. We can raise the vibration in order to keep our light shining bright. Okay, we've got to. We can't let them put our light out. We can't let what's going on in the world make our light grow dim. Okay, because when our light grows dim, other people are looking toward us and they're thinking, okay, well, what's happening? My light's going dim too. We can't let them put it out. Okay, we can't do it. We've got to shine as bright as we can. And it takes energy. Okay, it takes energy to do this. It takes motivation to do this, okay, to push it back, to keep the vibration up there. You've got to work at it. It takes work, okay? It ain't going to happen on its own. It's not. But we can't give up. We can't give up. We can't. So if you're at the point of giving up, don't give up. Push back as hard as you can. Pray, meditate, do what you must, because something's happening. So with that being said, I'm going to go. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you all. We're going to keep this light shining, and we're not going to give the negativeness, the darkness, any permission to affect our energy within us and to dim our light. We're not going to do it. We're going to say no, because we can say no, okay? This is spiritual, okay? And it's playing out in the real world. We can pray in the spiritual world. We can meditate in the spiritual world, because it's going to affect the physical world in ways that we could never imagine. Love you all too. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please hit that like button, because we need to spread the word. Love you.